Hello, welcome one and all to Worst Impressions. I am your host, Eric Anderson, and this is my show where we like to get silly, get weird, tell stories, and attempt voices we may or may not be able to do. I would like to thank everybody that has listened and followed so far. It's been a great launch this last month, and I just want to let y'all know that I am going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep growing. And please hit that follow button on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, even on YouTube. We have YouTube now where it's like auto uploading to YouTube, and it's creating like a little, like a static image of the podcast. Right now, without video, it's just going to be just the audio on YouTube, but you can still, if you're on the computer or whatever, you don't want to listen to it on your phone, you can click and watch it on YouTube and have it going on in the background while you're working. We got a very special guest today. She is an entrepreneur. She is very cool. I'm very glad to have her here today. I don't know what she is expecting from this, but we're prepared to make her feel uncomfortable. Let me introduce everybody in the Worst Impressions worldwide fandom to Kayla Scott. How are you doing, Kayla?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
So Kayla, to those that don't know, you are the founder, the creator, the CEO of The Groomery.
All of those things combined into one. I am the groomer. I am the mastermind behind The Groomery. I am the one-woman show that keeps it all going all the time.
So The Groomery, I'm assuming it is a dog grooming business.
It's dog grooming, thought to be kind of elevated.
Okay.
My idea with The Groomery was to basically not only provide dogs with one-on-one opportunity. Got to get that on-air sign on.
Dude, yeah. Sorry. I did that while she was talking. I had to turn on my on-air sign because we're not on the radio, but I've always wanted one of those signs.
You have to have it on. No, but
Okay, what were you saying?
I started this because there was just something missing in dog grooming, like this one-on-one aspect that I just wasn't experiencing in salons that I was working in. And so I wanted to bring that to the dogs that I groomed, on top of education for pet parents, because,
Education for pet parents.
Education for pet parents, because when you're educated, you can make informed decisions, especially about our dogs.
That's awesome. Wow. So, how we'll get a little into the backstory here. Yeah. So, how did this get started? How did you start this business? Like down to the nitty gritty.
Down to the nitty gritty.
The grit.
The grit. So I was very unhappy with what I was doing. I've been a groomer since about 2018. Is when I started grooming.
How old were you in 2018?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm terrible at math, but I can groom dogs.
So you're 11 now.
Yeah.
So you were
about 4 or 5, working at PetSmart.
Oh, sick, dude. Sick. A little pet supplies.
I just got tired of doing, pumping out dogs. It was kind of felt like a quantity over quality type thing.
Absolutely.
And I knew there had to be more out there, and I actually went to a grooming trade show.
Ooh.
Yeah, that will change. Trade shows in any industry will change your life.
Right. So I know like a lot of trade shows, they got, they got the women in the bikinis with the boats and stuff. They got those with the dogs?
Now, you got the dogs. You got the dogs in the fancy clips.
You got the firemen with the.
Oh, I wish. I wish.
With the suspenders, no shirt, holding like
if only,
a couple of dachshunds.
Are you listening, Barkley? Because if so, get the firemen in there, please. You're just missing that one aspect.
We got a fireman. We got a lifeguard with a golden retriever, just like
man,
just like
yeah, doing some like dock diving and stuff,
soaking wet.
Oh my gosh. Bring the sex to grooming. Just do it.
We're
going right in.
We might be attracting the wrong audience for the for the animal trade shows.
It's actually funny that we bring it to this because this is like, you know how you don't talk about Fight Club? You just don't talk about Fight Club, right? Okay, so there's this. I've already broken the rule.
I'm not. You fucked it up.
Yeah, you can't even.
I'm not saying shit.
I'm
not saying shit.
But there's a group for groomers, and it's called Kinky Dog Groomers. There's like thousands of groomers in this group.
Okay.
And it's just very interesting to see how many groomers, you know, kind of like have the same like sexual thing going to them, you know?
With each other as humans?
With each other as humans,
okay.
Yes.
Whoa, God.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I was holding my breath there for a second. Okay. Kinky dog
Only
groomers.
5 minutes.
So it's like a yeah, no, I know. We are off to the races. So you're saying that there's just like, you know, there's just like these clubs where they're like they just got the same.
It's just
they got the same vibes.
Just dog groomers are just very like, most of us are neurodivergent and most of us are very what is the word I'm looking for?
Neurodivergent.
So like ADHD.
Okay.
We have some people, you know, on the spectrum here and there.
Sure.
But it's very difficult to find our people, and most dog groomers, you know, are friends with dog groomers.
Right, of course.
And so we've just like formed this community of just like welcoming people.
Yeah.
Whether, you know, you got a weird kink, or whether, you know, you need to talk about your feelings, or whether you need to talk about you had a bad day and you need to smoke some weed, or
because you
have a drink.
Bad day, you taking one down.
It's just that
oh my God.
People don't realize the industry, how hard it is to be a dog groomer.
Sure.
And really like the things that go into it.
It's a lot of work, and you know, you got to build a client base, I'm sure.
You have to be like emotionally right in that moment for the dog when you're grooming it.
And people are so protective of their dogs, especially if they're the types of owners that would take them to a very good dog groomer. They're like, this is my baby. Like, what are you about? You really, like, when you start a business like that, you are attracting a certain type of client. Sure.
And it is the client that, you know, cares about their dog, you know, wants only the best, you know, maybe spoils their dog more than others might. But it really is just like a certain type of clientele, especially for like a one-on-one grooming situation like I do.
Okay. So, okay. That is interesting. So that I'm going to let that lead into one of the questions we always ask here on Worst Impressions. Talking about customers. Now, I don't want you to talk about any customers that you currently have, but
I love all my clients
because
right
I'm
now,
sure
thankfully.
they're all amazing. But do you have a story of a bad first impression where maybe it doesn't have to be this, but maybe it's a customer you no longer have? Like,
oh yeah,
have you ever had a nightmare client that you had to cut ties with?
I've had plenty of those.
Okay, now before we go, don't just stay away from names. Just say
of course.
Just say
we respect the confidentiality of
bottle
them.
opener. Her name was Bottle Opener, or Squirtle, or Pikachu.
All right. So we have this client.
Her name is Pikachu.
And she brings in a puppy for its first groom.
Okay.
But keep in mind, this puppy is now almost a year old and has never had any kind of experience with grooming. And so how a dog groomer looks at that is, you know, as a puppy without experience, it's going to take time to work up that dog to being groomed, you know, desensitizing them to the process of grooming.
Right.
It's very new to them. It's very scary. I mean, it's just like throwing a toddler into their first haircut or
Oh my God.
taking your kid to the school for the first time. It's very nervous.
You take a toddler into a barbershop, some old fellow with a pair of scissors, he thinks he's about to get his throat slit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now imagine you're a dog who can't talk or say anything, and this person grabs you and wants to put sharp objects around your face and body.
Right.
So it's kind of nerve-wracking, but she brings this dog in. You know, I explained to her, you know, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to try to get what I can done today, but don't expect anything to be perfect.
Okay.
So I prep her. I explain to her. I get the dog in. I'm starting to realize, you know, this dog is probably not going to get through this process too well, and maybe, just maybe, we'll kind of stop for the day and kind of call it this. I will say that this dog looked awful.
At the end or the beginning?
At the end.
Oh my God.
It was a very wiggly puppy. I probably just should have, you know, called it at that point. But, you know, I'm just trying for these people to get something done on this puppy that has never had anything done before. So, you know, overgrown, hair and eyes.
You're trying to avoid that, you know, that Pikachu shockwave coming at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thunder shock.
I'm preparing. And so I tell the mom ahead of time, I'm like, hey, so this doesn't really look good. I send her a picture. I'm like, this is what I was dealing with. I send her videos of the groom and how, you know, the dog was acting and wiggly. And she's completely understanding.
Yeah.
Well, then the dad picks up.
Oh. And this is Snorlax.
This is Snorlax on crack.
Snorlax on crack.
Like
Snorlax on crack. He ain't sleeping anymore.
He ain't sleeping. He is wide awake. He is angry, and he is coming at me. So I have prepared the mom, like I said. I take the dog out to the dad, and he just looks at me, and he's just staring at me.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God. Oh no.
He's about to use hyper beam.
He's about to destroy me. And I'm like, I explained to your wife already what happened. Like, this is your wife knows. Like, she expects this.
Uh-huh.
And he loses it on me.
Oh no.
He starts cussing at me and yelling at me.
Oh my God.
And he takes the dog out of my hands. And keep in mind, I groom from my house.
Sure.
So my neighbor comes outside and he's just watching the whole thing too.
And your neighbor is Zapdos. Sorry, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in this world.
We're stuck in this. But he starts yelling at me and takes the dog, and he actually like tries to leave without paying.
Right.
And I'm like, sir,
you about to get in this Pokeball, bitch.
I had to tap on his window of his car because he got in his car and closed his door and rolls up his window. And I'm like tapping on his window. I'm like, sir, you have to pay your bill. Like, I completed a service on your dog today. You know, dog got a bath, got its nails done at least, you know.
And it's man hours.
It takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time. Exactly. And he's just like refusing to pay. And I finally just look at him and I'm like, sir, if you don't pay, I'm going to have to call the police for theft of services.
Oh my God.
And he looks at me and he's like, fuck you.
In Snorlax language. Snorlax.
And I'm just like astonished. And I'm standing there with my mouth open. I look at my neighbor. He's standing there with his mouth open. I turn back and look at my camera. And I'm like, I hope I got that on camera.
Oh my God.
And it was wild. He ended up not paying. The wife texted me and she apologized profusely.
Oh, okay.
It was very, she apologized, but she paid the bill and everything. So, it was just, I had never had a customer come at me in a way like that.
That's insane. And
I was very much like, you know, like scared for your life in the moment, you know?
I'm gonna assume they are no longer.
Oh, they are no longer clients.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Just double checking on that wonder.
That was a one and doneer.
So they never redeemed themselves really. I mean, I guess it's good that she apologized, but my God, that's a really
After
good
that behavior, you're kind of just like, it kind of turns you off from a person. You're just like,
I cannot trust you. No more trust. man, that is a really good. Sorry about
It
that,
was
but that is a
wild.
really good bad first impression.
Listen, it gave me a backbone though, because
Oh, I'm sure you learn some things from that, like, have your Pokeballs ready. Oh my
yeah,
God.
because
some pokey
Snorlax
snacks.
on crack is just not where you want to be.
Snorlax, Snorlax will open his eyes. Oh my God. Jeez.
And just stares into your soul.
Oh my God. Wow. That's
I've got more too.
That's amazing. Well, hopefully if this goes well, hopefully you can come back to the show and we can do,
and I'll have more.
We can do more power. Okay. So let's roll into the next big question for worst impressions, which is, do you have an impression that you like to do of a celebrity, of a character, of a one line in a movie? I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm your father.
I do, in fact.
Okay.
Let me clear my throat.
All
for
right.
this.
Yes.
So I actually listened to the episode with Summer, and you guys did the Shrek.
Summer Knowles. Yeah.
Yes.
With Shrek.
Okay, so it's actually funny because my favorite impression is the gingerbread man.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna transport you guys to the scene.
And then I saw her face.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I'm a believer.
But I think this is the Shrek 2 where they go to like the castle and Fiona's like home, basically. I think that's Shrek 2.
Shrek 2 is where Fiona is just an ogre.
Okay, so
right?
3, I guess, because it's the one with the fairy godmother.
You could say 6, and I'd be like, sure.
Yeah, okay. But they're holding the little. I don't even remember who it was, but someone is holding the gingerbread man hostage.
Okay,
and he's interrogating him, and he's like, "Do you know the Muffin Man?"
Oh, this is number 1.
This is not okay. That is number 1.
This is with Lord Farquaad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Do you know the Muffin Man?"
Do you know the Muffin Man?
He says, "No." And he's like,
"Wait, what was that? What was
the Muffin Man?" and he's like, "That lives on Drury Lane." And it's just like every time I just love that. Just the gingerbread man in general.
Yeah.
It's just like that high pitch, like, oh no. It kills me every fucking time.
And John Lithgow is Lord Farquaad, and he's killing it. He's just like, the Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
He's like, no, not my gingerbread legs.
Not the gumdrop buttons. That's a good one. So that stuck with you like your whole life,
my
probably.
Entire life.
Not the gumdrop buttons. Oh.
And then they go into the one with the fairy godmother, and he's riding like the giant gingerbread man.
Yeah, dude.
And he's like crying as he falls in the water, and that scene broke my heart.
But it's like hot milk or something.
Yeah, and he's like, no, and he's like, no.
Yeah. They're melting this bitch in hot milk.
Shrek movies are underrated.
I don't know if they're underrated. I mean, they got a lot of praise. Like
they did.
And I think their revenue is insane. It's still up there.
I was about to say it. Shrek is still relevant.
It's still up there, man. Like Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy, Cameron Diaz, they all basically retired off of that.
I can only imagine.
Because Cameron Diaz, she retired. I can't remember how long ago, but I was like, oh yeah, what has she been in? And I was like, oh wait, no, she's cashing checks from Shrek.
Yeah,
like that's of course. Like she's chilling, but
she doesn't have to do anything anymore.
Nothing, no. But yeah, no, Shrek always. It's like Shrek is a gold mine for impressions. And little character, bits and bobs and stuff. So that's really funny that yours is the gingerbread.
Not my gumdrop button. No.
We're gonna have to do, because now we've done it twice, Shrek. We're gonna have to like do like a watch-a-thon or something where we like have people all like get online and we stream it together or something. I don't know.
Shrek party.
Shrek party. We're Shrekking out today. Oh
Bring
my
your
God.
own swamp.
Bring your own swamp. Oh my God. Okay, so we got the big two out of the way. Let me ask you some more questions. Well, I might throw some funnies in there, but some of them will be about, you know, the groomery and stuff. So, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at The Groomery Waco. Same thing on Facebook, The Groomery Waco.
Okay,
Yep.
the groomery
Making it easy
Waco.
for everybody.
Nice. Okay, how many doges? That's dogs.
Okay.
how many doges do you make purdy on a weekly basis?
On a weekly basis, since I'm a one-woman show, I try to keep it low.
Cool. Because you're a quality
over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
Yes,
my lord.
Yes. I do about 3 to 4 a day, depending on the size.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it really just depends.
Still a lot.
It is a lot of groomers do more than that, honestly, and it's pretty wild. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I used to do about 5 to 6 a day when I was working in a salon setting, and we were kind of just like they would come in one after the other.
I'll spray my dog with a little bit of water. I'm done after 30 minutes. I'm exhausted.
Exactly. You're tired. You're throwing in the towel. No, we're working for 8 hours a day. Let's see.
So, but I mean, okay, so
20 dogs maybe at the most a week. At the most.
Oh my God! So you're getting to see a lot of puppers.
Oh,
man.
a lot.
That's so.
It's amazing.
That part is gotta be fun.
So amazing.
Seeing all of the different pupper faces and like making them pretty.
Oh my God, that's my favorite part.
Cool.
That's my favorite part.
What is your now? Customers, clients, don't get offended if you have the dog that's best or worst. What is your favorite dog to groom?
Oh,
like a breed.
Okay.
And then what is the worst? I don't want nobody's the worst, but what is the hardest?
Okay.
Like hair wise, fur, all that stuff. What is the hardest and what is the easiest?
Okay, so I wouldn't say the hardest, but I would say my least favorite.
Okay.
And it's really funny because I have 3 dogs that shed, but
of your own?
Of my own.
Okay.
But I hate doing dogs that shed. I don't hate it, but like it's just like the bane of my existence.
It's just like, a lot of hair.
A lot of hair everywhere.
You know you're gonna have to clean.
I'm like scraping the walls of hair and my blinds and my eyeballs. I'm picking hair out of them.
You gotta scrape your throat.
I gotta scrape my throat. It's in my. Your dogs are in my lungs.
I breathe what you breathe. You breathe what I breathe.
And de-sheds. I would rather not.
So that would be at the beginning.
Huskies.
At the beginning and during the summer, you're going to be doing that a lot.
Oh, it's summer, winter, pretty much in Texas. It's kind of like a year-round thing.
That's
honestly,
fair. That's fair.
It's just awful. It's awful.
So anything that sheds.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just like
who's in that category?
So we got
if we were gonna go if we're gonna say breeds, I guess
we're going Huskies, Australian Shepherds, German Shepherds.
Oh yeah, German Shepherds. Yeah,
and you'd be surprised, like those short hairs, like pugs, they just blow coat like crazy.
Blow coat. That's a new that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that all the time.
Blow coat.
I'm blowing coat.
Everybody's gonna be like, "Excuse me,
is this your hair in my food?" I'm blowing coat, bitch.
Sorry.
You're just a server at a restaurant. It's like, sir, I think your hair is in my food.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm blowing coat now.
I'm blowing coat. Okay, so what is the easiest like group?
Easiest group,
I guess, is the opposite. Folks that don't shed.
Yeah, really like those like curly coats. This is very controversial.
Oh my God.
Please don't come for me.
Let's get controversial on Worst Impressions.
I love grooming doodles.
Mm. And doodles are
a poodle mix
with anything.
Typically you see a lot of poodles mixed with like golden retriever, things like that. But it's kind of gotten to the point where they're just mixed with everything and anything.
Interesting.
Which is a very controversial topic in the grooming world.
Okay.
Because they're not a ethically bred breed.
Right.
And so a lot of groomers, and they're very popular. You see them everywhere nowadays.
There's a lot of doodles.
And they're very big usually. And
a lot of noodly doodles.
Noodly doodles. And so it gets kind of hard to do them for a lot of groomers because they're big, they're fluffy, they've got different coat types. You know, they all are different in their own way because technically they are a mixed breed. But they are my favorite. I love them.
Really?
Yes.
They're because like when they're done, they look adorable.
Exactly. And they have pretty good personalities from the ones that I have met.
Okay. So if you don't mind sharing, so who did I see today? Who did you bring in today?
Oh, I brought my Bedlington Terrier, Chai.
Okay, Chai. And she is adorable. And you groomed her, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yeah. I have her for grooming competitions.
We will. Oh, so she's like your stunt man.
Yeah. Yeah. She's my sidekick. Yeah.
Sick.
After the grooming world.
Okay. Well, so folks, if you're listening, you can follow Kayla Scott on Instagram at The Groomery Waco, but I am going to post a picture with Chai and Kayla for advertising the show, and you can find it on at Worst Impressions Podcast on Instagram. And let me tell you, she's adorable.
She's the freaking cutest. I'm biased though.
Little Chai. And a little chai tea latte. Little Chai.
And her, so she's actually AKC registered, this is my first like purebred, like reputable breeder dog.
What is AKC?
AKC is American Kennel Club. And they are in charge of basically purebred dogs, like the database for purebred dogs. They regulate all of that.
Got it.
And I just recently registered her, and they get like fancy names when they're part of the AKC. And so it's like the name of the kennel where she was bred. So Wild Wind. And then you get to have like a fun little name to go with the theme. So her name is Chai. So I chose Spice Up Your Life. So it's Wild Wind, Spice Up Your Life. And her call name, which is her name, Chai.
Wow.
It's really cute. I love
it's
that.
Like some deep lore.
Right?
That's some deep lore. Wow.
And no dog's name is the same. No dog's registered name is the same.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's like, like there can't be two Samuel L. Jacksons on the SAG
Screen
Actors Guild. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that's what you compare it to.
Sick, dude. Yeah. Awesome.
It is pretty cool. The whole world of like dogs is just like you open up and it's just so many things.
Interesting. Well, cool. What were we talking about before? Oh, I was asking how many dogs. No. You're talking.
We moved past that.
We moved way past that.
Yeah.
But anyways,
worst and favorite dog breed.
Chai. Oh yeah. But we talked about those. But so Chai, where does she fall on that spectrum?
So Chai is definitely at the top, but it's kind of I feel like I can't really say Bedlingtons because I only groom one other one. And she's actually the reason that I got my dog that I have now because I fell in love with the breed from grooming her.
Cool. Because you get like a little
get a little taste of every little
tutorial
breed.
of everybody.
Yeah, I do.
Whoa.
It's nice. It's really nice. And it kind of helped me choose.
What's the biggest dog you ever wrestled?
Oh, my Waffles. I think he's a golden doodle, I want to say.
He's a big old boy.
Oh, he's huge. He's like 80 pounds. He'll probably stand about as tall as me when he stands up on his back legs.
Yeah.
He is a big boy.
Whoa. Is he a hugger?
Oh, he's a hugger. He's a lover. He's a cuddler.
That sounds amazing.
He's lazy.
But is it tough to do a biggie?
It's really tough. It's really tough on your body. So like the last time I groomed him, it took from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh my God.
And that was with one 30-minute break.
Wow. And he probably ate your lunch too.
Oh, we both ate lunch together.
Give me that lunch.
Yeah.
I'm huge.
He's like, I need the energy to keep going.
Give me that.
I'm like,
lunch.
I need the energy to keep going.
So as a dog groomer, did you invest in Dogecoin?
Oh no. I really wanted to, because it was right during COVID times when it really popped off. You remember?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, ooh,
Doges.
Oh, and it looked just like my dog Mister, and I was like, oh.
So you have a Shiba?
I don't have a Shiba. He's like a
Shiba Inu.
He's like it's a Shiba Inu, but Mister's like a mix of some sort. But he's got that like cute looking like long muzzle.
He's a Shiba menu. He's a little menu of different entrees. Shiba menu is what that motherfucker is. So at a salon or at a barbershop with humans, you know, the clients always get to talk, and do the dogs ever tell you secrets?
No, but the dogs know all my secrets, 100%. And like, I always worry. I'm like, what if we get to a point where like dogs can talk, like Rick and Morty?
Yeah. With the
what is that dog's name?
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this. But anyways, he has a helmet.
Yes.
He has a helmet, and he can talk and everything.
Yes, and then all my secrets are gonna come out, like all of them. I've told these dogs where I've hidden money.
Oh my God.
I've told these dogs my deepest fears.
Jesus Christ.
Like, they could destroy me if they wanted to.
They could bring you down.
They could.
That's insane. But think about what they know about their parents.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I think if they got intelligent and had robot mech suits, I mean, they could bring.
It's over.
They bring down the.
They're bringing down the world.
They bring down the government. They're just like, because every politician's dog is just like, dude, I know what the fuck is going on. You can go fuck yourself. It's like, I know everything. I was like, I know what's on that hard drive, buddy. Jesus.
Sitting in their lap, just watching everything go down. You can't trust your dog.
What do you what do you do with the I can't even read this question. What do you do with the caterpillars?
The caterpillars?
Do you have a special sock or a guard?
What does that mean?
A caterpillar is what I call a dog's penis. Because they're fuzzy.
Okay, well, first off, I shaved that shit because we're not having that pee sit there in that hair, okay?
But yeah, okay, so you shave it. Is there a special caterpillar level guard?
There is, so a 10 blade, it's like one of the shortest blades. It's not the shortest, but one of the shortest. That is what I would use. That's what you use on the sanitary area is what we call it.
Sanitary areas. That's the caterpillar zone.
Yeah, the bootay.
It's at the bootay.
The bootay.
Oh, we'll get to the bootay. So caterpillar zone, you get a 10 blade.
And you shave that shit clean.
You shave that shit clean. Wow.
It's worse if they have balls, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you got to get in between.
You got to get in it. You got to move them out the way. Like,
okay.
People
you're jiggling those dice.
People really don't know, I feel like, what goes into dog grooming. Mm-hmm. We're moving those balls around. We're shaving around them. It's something. It's something.
I'm glad we cleared this up. I was super curious about the caterpillars.
Come join me for a groom one day.
I'll dirty jobs it. I was like, here I am today with the dog grooming. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Just like, hey,
just hold them up in the hair.
I'm here if you need me. Are we doing the caterpillar yet? So we'll roll right from the caterpillar to the poo pockets.
The poo pockets. I'm assuming you're referring to anal glands.
The poo pockets. I just want to know about the poo pockets.
The poo pockets. Okay, this is actually also very controversial in the grooming industry.
Okay.
So, in the grooming industry, you know, we are dog groomers, we deal with the hair. We deal with everything outside the dog.
External,
exactly.
Sure.
And then you have things like the poo pockets that are internal.
Yeah, poo pockets. Yeah. Love talking about poo pockets. And so, okay, so you're saying that's internal. Are they saying like it should be done by like a vet?
Exactly. And I don't typically do poo pockets because the smell is atrocious for one.
Right.
And it never leaves. It's like once it's there, it just like lingers and it'll burn your nose hairs.
and it's like a real intense spritz.
It's very intense.
Like if you're
it's a very intense lingering scent. It's like a candle from Bath and Body Works.
You get in there and you squeeze them.
Smells disgusting.
Oh man, I hope somebody's listening to this on their lunch break. Just like
talking about poo pockets.
Poo pockets. Turning into like a 7-year-old. Oh, okay. So you don't do them.
I don't do them. Like I said, it's controversial between, it should be done by a groomer, should it be done by a vet?
That's interesting. I mean, I'm glad I asked because not a lot of people think about it. The internal versus external, it makes sense.
Yeah, and it can be done both ways. It can be done externally and it can be done internally.
Right, because there's like a
certain
maneuver.
Yeah, there's like a certain way you can do it externally, but what happens with that is the poo pocket is actually a muscle, and it helps them to go poo.
Got it.
And so once you're manipulating that muscle over and over and over again, every however often you're getting your dog groom and anal glands done, they eventually loosen that muscle and it stops doing its job effectively. And that's why groomers have kind of like taken a step back from doing it most of the time.
Okay.
Leaving it to the vet professionals.
Absolutely. Sure. I need to get my poo pockets sprayed out.
Yeah. I would recommend seeing a doctor.
Yeah. Doctor, I'm about to paint this wall.
You could just call a vet. Just be like, do you offer poo pocket expression for human?
You can follow me at Poo Pocket Expressions on Instagram. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm sure half of the listeners have turned off the podcast at this point.
They're like, poo pockets, I'm out of here.
I gotta finish my turkey sandwich.
All the dog groomers are turning it up now.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, give me some of that. Give me some of that poo pocket talk. Okay. So outside of the grooming world, we can divert. Kayla Scott, you are in a 20 to 30, maybe 50 person melee.
Oh shit.
You get one weapon of choice, but no ranged weapons, no guns, no bows and arrows, no crossbows. Shit. It's got to be. Now, some people have said lightsabers, but I was like, sure, I guess.
That's an instant kill type of thing.
Yeah, maybe stick away from sci-fi. You can go fantasy, maybe. Maybe no magic, but just like swords and maces and just stabs and knives. What are you taking into this melee? You got to be the last woman standing.
Ooh.
And there's all people of all shapes and sizes, like in this melee. And this is real. This is real life.
Oh.
And everybody's watching. It's like a live stream to the world.
Live streaming to the world. What am I taking?
Don't embarrass yourself.
Oh shit. No, I can't be ranged though. That really gets me, man.
You gotta get in there
because I'm a ranged type of fighter.
That's
I want to back up, sit behind a tree, and wait for someone to come in distance.
Well, I mean, there's no rules on like a spear. It's something like you'd have to throw it and then you have to go pick it back up.
Oh God.
Because you're not gonna get like a quiver of arrows or nothing. Like you're not gonna get multiple shots of anything.
Okay.
You're gonna get one weapon. One thing. unless you got like Raphael's size, like
shit,
Ninja
this
Turtles.
is really difficult. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. What am I using? I feel like I have to get creative here.
Now what? Okay, so let's run through some scenarios. Let's say there's like 10 like super big people. Like you got some Nordic women, some freaking like bodybuilders in there. I mean, like they're big people.
I should be scared. Yeah, I'm fighting for my life.
Sure. I mean, there could be, there could be like an ex linebacker. Who knows? So what are you like? I've thought about if I was in the situation that I would get something like a spear, but like something like a big halberd or something.
So you can just like
keep them away.
Yeah.
Just get the back and get away from me.
You're keeping the range.
Because you don't want them to get close.
Yeah, I get it.
If they get their arms around you, you're toast.
You're fucking done. Yeah.
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 Also, I mean, there's no shame in like, right? Because I mean, it's kind of like it's like a battle royale. It's like a Fortnite. Like you can stay on the outskirts.
Listen,
and like,
okay, I'm going with bear mace. I'm going with some fucking bear mace.
What's a bear mace?
Like the bear spray.
Like a spray?
Yeah, like.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, we're going with the spray.
Just spray.
We're going with the spray for the distraction, and I'm going to take their weapon, and I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to take.
I'm going to take their weapon.
That's.
I'm going to keep going like that.
So risky.
It is, but it's calculated.
That's so risky.
It's calculated.
So
you blind them and then you attack.
So you're gonna go after like an old woman, like a frail, because it's people of all ages. Like after 18, like it's all systems go.
Oh, so like a purge type situation.
Kind of a purge, but it's like a lottery of like
so like Hunger Games meets Purge.
Yeah.
Oh,
like 50 random people.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with I'm sticking with that. I'm taking a weapon and I'm running.
You're gonna go after the weak.
Yes, first.
Kill them, take their weapon,
and then outsmart the strong because
outsmart the strong. Because I guess you could like kill someone, and we're all about killing people.
This is actually like my biggest pet peeve is in a scary movie when they kill someone and they don't take the weapon.
That's because that's a writer's flaw. Like they don't think about the area around them when they're writing the scene. Like they're like, oh yeah, they kill them and then they just like run
for it. Yeah.
But like, don't forget there's things on the ground.
There's things everywhere. There's a gun that is loaded. You could take this weapon over here.
If they got really elastic underpants, you can take their underpants and fashion a slingshot.
I'm getting creative at this point. I'm going in with my mace or something, and then I'm coming out a survivor.
Like you'll have like 10 weapons on you. Just strapped.
You're like, I started with one.
Yeah. Because there's no. I didn't say there's any rules against that. That's sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That would be crazy. What would be your champion title? Like Kayla the Conqueror. Kayla the.
It's funny because this is actually my gamer name, but like this would be my Conqueror name.
Oh yeah, we got to get into gaming because you're a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
Okay.
Feral Catwoman.
Ooh. Kayla the Feral Catwoman.
Yeah.
Would you bite anybody in there?
Oh, 100%.
If you had to?
100%. I would scratch some eyes out too.
Would you rip like
I'm going in with a full manicure.
Because there's going to be like some like 18-year-old kid and he's just like, I don't know. He's gonna
emphasis on the word feral.
And you're going to rip his throat out with your teeth. Because I mean, if it's a fight to the death, what are you gonna do?
Emphasis on feral.
What are you gonna do? I think that's
hiss at them a little bit and then attack.
You're gonna hit. Well, the hissing is gonna come from that spray. You're gonna be like, huss, huss. I got you. You can't see. I'm gonna bite.
And then I come at you, yeah.
And bite your throat out.
And then I take your weapon and I succeed.
Yeah.
Feral Catwoman, the victor.
Kayla, the Feral Catwoman. Wow. That's insane.
Our victor today is Feral Catwoman.
So you mentioned you're a gamer. What are you playing these days?
These days, Lethal Company has been on rotation.
Okay, so you have recommended that, and I have been recommended that by other people now too.
Was it Josh?
No.
I'm trying to get everybody. I'm literally just like picking out people and I'm like,
Yeah.
Lethal Company.
Yeah. People are telling me to get it, but it's only PC, right?
It is only
think.
PC.
So yeah. It looks hilarious.
It is so much fun.
Looks
The
hilarious.
proximity chat makes it so much better.
Give me a rundown of what this game is.
Oh, it's the simplest rundown.
Lethal Company.
So Lethal Company is you work for a company and you're basically just trying to go out and loot these different
find the poo pockets.
Yeah. Thankfully, you don't have to find any poo pockets. But you go and you loot and you find these objects that you then have so many days to meet this quota and sell them back to the company for money.
Okay.
And there's all these monsters or things that are inside these dungeons that you go and loot that you have to be wary of. And there's also things like dogs outside that can eat you and giant worms and things like that. So
wow.
It's pretty
so
and the
fun.
proximity chat makes it even better because you'll be looting, you're a few feet away from your fucking teammate and then you just hear them screaming and then it stops.
Really? Oh yeah. Oh, so their proximity chat turns off when they die?
When they die, you can't hear them. Yeah.
Oof.
It's so fun.
Sounds juicy.
It's so good.
That sounds so great.
It's great. It's a great game to play with friends because it just gets you laughing.
Dude, yeah.
And you don't really have too much objective in the game. You just find shit.
Find stuff.
Get back to the ship safely and sell it to the company.
It's a little Among Us, but level 5. Level 10 Among Us, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. And I love Among Us, man.
Everybody does. Who doesn't?
I love Among Us.
Who doesn't?
The birth of Sus.
And then they got mods available too, which makes it even fun.
Mods in Lethal Company. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah. A friend. Has said. She's like, I've got all these mods, and I was like, whoa.
Keeps the game interesting.
That's sick. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll have to get Lethal Company.
You have to get Lethal Company.
Okay, so to round out the show, what is your? Do you have a favorite movie that you've seen a million times?
Ooh. Favorite movie that I've seen a million times. Oh, that's a hard one. I watch a lot of stuff, a lot.
What have you, even if it's not your favorite, what have you seen the most? A movie that they always put on in school, during class that you just know every line for no reason.
Oh my God. That's really hard because there's so many that we just that's I feel like that's a common thing in schools.
Absolutely. It's
put on
always
freaking the same movie every year at the end of the year.
Ours was Sandlot, National Treasure.
National Treasure was all the time, especially history.
So have you seen National Treasure enough? A lot of times?
Yes. No, definitely.
Could you give me maybe from top to bottom to end of the show, opening scene of National Treasure to the end, how it plays out?
Okay. Which is crazy
for those that have not seen National Treasure with Nicolas Cage,
which is crazy because it's just the simplest film ever. That's 2 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
What document is it again? It's the Declaration of Independence.
The Declaration of Independence.
The Declaration of Independence is stolen.
Well, it's
stolen.
Let's start at the very beginning. It opens up. It's Antarctica or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And they're there's it's somewhere
they're in the ship.
snow.
Yeah, they're going through.
He's the legend writ, the stain affected, the key and silence.
God, this is so good.
Unprotected or whatever. 55 an iron pen. Timothy Matlack can offend.
Oh my God, this is
now, Timothy Matlack was the official scribe of the Continental Congress, and he ensured that no one could find
the words.
map.
I can see the words glowing on the screen as he's reading.
So it's on the back. It's a map on the back of the Declaration of Independence. He's we could borrow it. Steal it? I don't think so.
I feel like
We're still in the ship.
I feel like I now have to change my movie real quick.
Okay, go for it. So let's switch it out.
Okay,
I could go all day on National Treasure.
I felt like I was sitting there in the scene with Nicolas Cage just then. In the snow, I felt the coldness. But no, The Master of Disguise.
Oh my God.
Who's your daddy? I want to be the Master of Disguise. I want to be the... Just everything about that movie.
Give me some man-sized meatballs. Are you mocking my husband?
Is this the Turtle Club? I'm feeling a little turtley.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Don't whatever you do not go back and watch that movie. It does not hold up.
It does not.
Have you seen it like in your adulthood?
I tried to make actually my husband watch it.
Brutal.
And he was like, what the fuck is this?
Absolutely such a brutal watch. I love Dana Carvey. All love. But oh my God.
Did not age well.
But man, when you are a kid, blew my mind.
Gold.
Like, the fact that the whole ending is just like him getting like hit with ass. Like just like it's like ass like force beams at his face, and he's just like, the ass, the juicy ass. I was just like, this is
not how I expected this to go.
One, this is establishing my sexuality and like my sexual preference. Two, it's also just like,
what did I just watch?
It's like, he's like, and when he's doing the Scarface or whatever, he's like, I just want some little wieners and some tiny nuts, okay? Love that shit, dude. Love The Master of Disguise.
It's comedy gold for its time.
Absolutely. And so you probably saw it a million times. 1 million. Like, I feel like I had multiple DVDs or VHSs of it, and I like burned through them.
Oh,
just wore them out just by putting them in. Because back in the day with the old DVD players, you could just like kind of let it go.
Yeah, you just keep letting it play.
Yeah.
Go to that menu, press play again, keep going.
And it just kept going. That's a good one.
It's gold.
Master of Disguise. Yeah, I could do an entire, back to National Treasure. I could do an entire episode just doing National Treasure from top to bottom.
We need an entire episode of a National Treasure remake podcast style.
From Worst Impressions. I saw that movie so much in school and outside of school.
Yeah.
That there are scenes where I could probably get 75% of the lines just like in order.
The beginning was very accurate. Like you were literally transporting me back. I saw the TV rolling into my history class.
Steal it? I don't think so. It's a cargo hold. Get in. Smuggler's hole.
I'm just like, what in the Indiana Jones?
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Oh my God. Love that movie. Love The Master of Disguise. I have held you hostage for long enough, Kayla. You have been
I gotta go back to my dogs.
You have been an amazing guest. Is there anything you want to plug before we leave? Like I think you said your Instagram one more time. It's at The Groomery Waco. You can find her. If you want to be a new client, I don't know if she can fit you in her schedule. I don't know, but I mean, possibly. But if anything, support her in her goals as an entrepreneur, as a dog groomer. Yeah. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say? You have a motto or a saying?
My saying is, how did I get here?
I don't know.
No,
it's a poo pocket.
I'm just here.
It's a poo.
Dealing with poo pockets. How did I get here?
Thank you again, Kayla, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you all for listening to Worst Impressions. This is me. I am your host, Eric Anderson. Please follow. Please click follow. Please give me 5 stars on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. That would be wonderful. And please follow on Instagram. And don't forget to, if you have a question that you would like me to ask a future guest, you can email me the question at worstimpressions1 worstimpressionsworldwide@gmail.com. That is worstimpressionsworldwide@gmail.com. Submit some funny questions. I might read them on the podcast. I might fucking delete your email. I don't know. But please, let's get weird. Let's get crazy. Thank you again, Kayla. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Good night.